Part 9. When I got up this morning, he writes, after he had been a long time in Inishmaan, I found that the people had gone to Mass and latched the kitchen door from the outside, so that I could not open it to give myself light. I sat for nearly an hour beside the fire with a curious feeling that I should be quite alone in this little cottage. I am so used to sitting here with the people that I have never felt the room before as a place where any man might live and work by himself. After a while, as I waited, with just light enough for the chimney to let me see the rafters of the greyness of the walls, I became indescribably mournful, for I felt that this little corner on the face of the world and the people who live in it have a peace and dignity from which we are shut forever. This life, which he describes elsewhere as the most primitive left in Europe, satisfied some necessity of his nature. Before I met him in Paris, he had wandered over much of Europe, listening to stories in the Black Forest, making friends with servants and with poor people, and this from an aesthetic interest, for he had gathered no statistics, had no money to give, and cared nothing for the wrongs of the poor, being content to pay for the pleasure of eye and ear with a tune upon the fiddle. He did not love them the better because they were poor and miserable, and it was only when he found Inishmaan and the Blaskets, where there is neither riches nor poverty, neither what he calls the nullity of the rich, nor the squalor of the poor, that his writing lost its old morbid brooding, that he found his genius and his peace. Here were men and women who under the weight of their necessity lived, as the artist lives, in the presence of death and childhood, and the great affections and the orgiastic moment when life outleaps its limits, and who, as it is always with those who have refused or escaped the trivial and the temporary, had dignity and good manners where manners mattered. Here, above all, was silence from all our great orator took delight in, from formidable men, from moral indignation, from the soloist who is never sad, from all in modern life that would destroy the arts. And here, to take a thought from another playwright of our school, he could love time as only women and great artists do, and need never sell it.